About it. I'm a general. I can give a blanket statement about it.
Actually, what happened today is I was driving into Parliament, and as I was getting into Parliament, I saw a contraption outside Parliament. So I was very curious to find out what was happening. So I parked my car, came out only to find out that it was Eric Omondi who was inside this contraption, clamoring for 75% airplay of Kenyan content, and that's what brings us here. So he commissioned us as we were going into Parliament that we need to start the conversation on the floor of the House. And he said he will be in this contraption until that conversation begins. So we took it upon myself, the Honorable Jude Jomo, the Honorable Sankok, myself, to bring up the issue on the floor of the House, which we have done. And we promised Eric that if we do that, we shall come and rescue him from the contraption.
I had the keys. So I told him, you can stay here until we have started the conversation. So we went in there, in the house, we started the conversation. I came with the key, and I've just unlocked him and released him from bondage so that we release all the artists, yes, all the artists, so that 75% of local contents can be played in our media stations.
Definitely. I think first I would like to thank Eric Omondi for this great initiative, because Eric is not an artist, but actually is fighting for the artist. And when I do see the same artists trying to criticize Eric in one way or the other, it's so sad. Because to Eric, the juice may not be worth the squeeze, but it's taking it upon himself to ensure that he's fighting for let's call probably the artist the less fortunate in this scenario. Because when you look at our system, even the mentality of Kenyans, we've fixed in our mind that we can only listen to music which is not local, international music. We import music, we import clothes, we import even toothpick. And when you see some of our engineers, we even import them. We import from China. Yeah. Our engineers can only afford to sweep the roads and maintain them. So it is quite an absurdity. So to me, Eric, you're doing a great job by supporting the local artists. I did receive the petition. We were with Honorable Jagwa, and you just came just a few minutes later. I saw you getting in when you had already received it. But I can tell you for sure that Eric has been very consistent with this issue, and we are also taking it up. You've had Chairman Sankok has talked about it. Mheshimiwa Njomo has talked about it. Title has talked about it. Mheshimiwa Kiari has talked about it. Personally, I'm also joining hands in this, because we did take the petition. It followed the due process, and that, as you can see, at least it was on the floor of the House. And this thing will only be appreciated the moment it will be passed. That's when the local artist will feel that Eric did something. I remember the story of Jesus Christ. When he healed some of the lepers, 11 of them, only one went back and said thank you.
Yes.
So just do it. Just do it. You don't need to wait to be told, to be appreciated. Just do it, because you are doing it for that person who is downtrodden at the slums, in the village, the person who has talent. People are saying, Eric is chasing clout. What? Chase it. So what?
If this is clout,
so what? Even if you are chasing it. This is your life, and you are the CEO of your life. Everybody to rule their own lives. So you do it. At least weke mziki sasa tukule ngoma, but we are in support.
So, yes.
And we are also urging artists to at least support this initiative. This is going to help you. This is going to promote, and even promotion of culture. With this, it's also eroding our culture. Yes. There are so many music that's promoting our culture. But when we are importing so much into our system, then even we are running away from our culture. You find now a 5-year-old is singing music from the States.
Sadly.
And doesn't even know the local language.
Yes.
So to me, I think we need to do something. And as we've said, we are already doing something. So Eric, you proceed with that spirit. Artist, mchanuke. But as we said last time, we are also saying it. Artists must produce serious music. We will not also just want to sit and just work and you don't do anything. And we said when you produce music, this music must be able to massage our ego, must be able to turn our minds on, must be able to make us get entertained even when you are tibimizing and tialalizing your partner. You know, as I said, you must go with the beats.
Yes.
You know, the music must be enticing. Yes.
So one thing that we have to mention, because we have the Honorable Jude Jomo here, who is the chairman of the Economic Caucus, and he understands how he is able to wrestle the right regulations out of this house. One of the biggest impediments to artists is that they are not bankable and they cannot afford credit. They cannot be accorded credit. So we are asking upon the financial institutions in this country to look at ideas as non-physical collateral so that any artist can walk into any bank with an idea and get financing for whatever idea that they have. So even as we are pushing for Kenya government to institute laws, statutes, regulations that push for 75% of local content, we are calling upon corporate Kenya to also join the fight, and mostly financial institutions, to ensure that Eric Omondi can walk into a bank with an idea and use it as collateral to fund whatever idea he has. Today, our artists don't have cars, they don't have shambas, they don't have houses. So when you ask for a logbook or a title deed from an artist so that they can access credit, you're actually killing the industry. So we in the legislature will push for the laws. The government, through the ministry, we are calling upon CS Mushero to put in place the policies that are required. But corporate Kenya will also need to step up to the plate, and the Kenyans, the public, will also need to buy the content to keep the artists alive. I think so that it is bankable. I think we can make a formation so that we see.
This is very symbolic.
Yes.
Kuonyesha that honorable members
Yes.
are dancing to Kenyan music.
Okay.
So leading by example.
Okay.
Including
Honorable Sonko.
Yes, mpaka Sanko.
Mhesh, njoo hapa, Mhesh, njoo hapa. Kindly give come to this side. Come this way. Haya. Free space, free space, free space.
Wapi volume bwana? Kwani mnauza volume?
Mike hapa, you speak.
Weka speaker hapa. Hapo ongeze kwa simu hapa. Mimi simu yako ongeze volume.
See you flexing on the ground with your sponsor.
Hey.
Susanna, I hope you're happy.
Big shout out to Saudi Soul and the Soul generation. Here's the conversation starting. Because we need 75% of Kenyan local content playing on our airwaves.
Yes.
And this is symbolic. It's happening outside the Parliament of Kenya.
Taking what you got today.
Thank you very much, members of the press. Thank you very much. Asanteni sana. Support Eric Omondi. Nashukuru. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
My base. Ningelala hapa bwana.
Hapa na